Hi, this is Jeff from Airstream Nerds, and this is my brand new stainless steel water heater door. I had it installed recently, and I put my spring-mounted bug guard cover thing back on it, and I realized that going down the road, all it's going to do is end up scratching this. So I had to come up with a better solution. When you get back, I'm going to tell you what I've done.
Airstream song, cruising to the campsite singing our song. Airstream song, we are the Airstream Nerds.
I thought about it for a little bit, and I figured that if this would work on the outside, why can't it work on the inside and do the same thing? Well, this thing sits up too high and it hits some of the mechanics in the water heater area compartment. So I threw that to the side. But I knew if I could find some of this mesh that I could shape it and cover this hole up the same way. I couldn't just get like screen material and lay it flat because this is a ridge and it sticks out in here. So I bought some stainless steel mesh. And you can see that the holes in the mesh are much smaller than this. This should keep out spiders and everything else from being able to get inside of my compartment. Now, I have to shape this because as you see from the angle here that I have already shaped it. You can see that it's been like bent down and bent back. And it's super easy. All you need is a 2x4 and rubber mallet. So I put the thing where I wanted. I pushed it down with my fingers just to kind of get the rough outline of where I wanted it. I set the piece on the 2x4. I held it with my hand and I went down the edge, getting a little bit sharper crease. And then I took it this way and I just bent it back up to make it flat. Now I've got a little bit more to do on here, so I'm probably going to use another piece of wood like this and push the stuff down to make sure that I have a nice flat spot. So when it sits in here, it's not sitting up like that. I want to make sure that it sits in here nice and solid because when I epoxy it, I want to make sure it's held down. So it's nice and flat in here. Now I'm gonna probably cut a notch out here for this and then epoxy around it. But let me get to that. Let me finish shaping this and get it cut out the right way for all of this. I'll be right back. So I have my mesh all shaped the way I wanted. I have my cutout for the latch. Now the next step is to take something like mineral spirits, paint thinner, and really clean the grease and dirt off of both surfaces. One of the things I didn't show earlier was how to get these hinges off. The door goes on here, and then you can see that this clip here and this clip here, and if you just take your finger, you got to be careful because these are sharp, but if you just take your finger and pull it this way, it'll come out. I have to modify this. I have to cut just a little bit of this, this metal flange. So I took it out. I got it clamped up. I've already done the sides here. I've just taken off, as you can see where the pencil mark is, just taken off I don't know, whatever. I just hand drew it on there. It just needs to come off about 1/4 of an inch or so. I came out here to do the final part of this video, and when I opened up the door to the water heater, this whole section of JB Weld had popped loose and I could stick my fingers under it. More than likely it's had to do with this whole panel being flexible. It torques real easy. And maybe it just, I don't know, it just doesn't stick. It stuck real good to the screen. And I originally was going to recut a piece of screen and do a whole bunch of extra stuff, but I decided to try just a couple of strips of stainless metal just as a backing to hold it flat against there. And I figured once I closed it up, everything would hold this screen in. I wouldn't have to worry about any flying creatures making nests inside of here. I lined up the rivets to line up with these. I didn't use the solid rivets, but I don't think it looks that bad. And now I don't have this screen on the outside. I think it came out really nice. Once again, this is Jeff from Airstream Nerds. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, put in your questions or comments below, and I'll see you on the next trip.